do you trust the coaching staff to get this back on track? It's a yes or no question, but I don't think it's easy. Do you trust the coaching staff to get it back on track?
I'm going to say yes, because I think they can win the next 2 games.
Okay.
If they don't, and that's my justification as I just talked through, if they're 0-4, trust is gone. The whole season's done.
So
Can't start 0-4.
So they have to be 1-3.
No, I think they obviously have to beat the Colts because that's a divisional matchup that's in Indy. If they go 1-3, I mean, my trust is it's waning. It's not completely off, but it's hanging on by a thread. But I do believe that this team, if they reset and come back and play a good performance at home against the Las Vegas Raiders and beat them, and then you're going up against a Colts team that's had just as many problems. I mean, right? Their running back only rushed for 54 yards this past week. I know Derrick Henry only rushed for 25. But I still don't think that it is out of the realm of possibility that the Titans can sit at 2-2 and salvage their season. So I'm not here jumping off the cliff. I'm here saying, yes, I do trust that, because they've done it before too. Sure. They've built that trust over time. It's not just because I'm coming off the heels of a blowout and I just don't believe them anymore. They've proven to me before that they can rebound, but they're going to have to rebound in the next 2 games or they're done.
Yeah. So I'm struggling with my answer to this question. And it's basically has to do with comments that Vrabel made in Teron Davenport's follow-up question.
We can't get out, Coach. We can't get outplayed.
I mean, I think that's the whole idea. Like, I mean, we want to make sure that, what we're doing, we believe in. It's been successful. It's going to continue to be successful. We just got to make sure that we're doing all the things that help us. Take a look at the film. I mean, there's no magic call, Teron. There's no magic formula. It's called getting back to work and doing it together.
So the part that I think there is that when Vrabel says, we believe what we've done in the past will be successful, it has been successful. Yes, it has been successful. But is it still the right approach now? I don't give a damn about the past, right? Right now, does the philosophy that you've made your money on the last couple of years is it still the right thing?
So I question the horses. It's what Assad said last night in our post-game show. Assad says, we don't have the horses. I question the talent compared. Because, and people are going to hate me, but we're going to have to talk about this at some point. We will not do this, and I'm not going to derail the show. But if they had A.J. Brown, a guy who's had more receiving yards in both the first 2 games than any Titans receiver has had, then I think I feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I trust the horses. The philosophy, and you asked me the coaching staff, right? Yeah. Like, you asked me a different question, so I answered it differently. If you would have asked me, do I trust that they have the talent and the horses to go and salvage the season, I'd probably say no. But the coaching staff of what Mike Vrabel just said, the philosophy has worked. Will it work with these players?
But
I don't know.
But it's up to the coaches to identify whether that philosophy will still be able to continue to work. And from what Mike Vrabel is saying, they believe in their recipe, but the ingredients have changed and they're still trying to do the same recipe. But they got spoiled ingredients or ingredients that are not ripe. And so it tastes like crap. And so at some point, the recipe has to change. So do I trust that the Titans will adapt and change the recipe? Hell no, I don't. Because they haven't done that. Mike Vrabel is as stubborn as it gets. And both you and I are very stubborn people, right? Mike Vrabel's a stubborn guy too. And so I just don't think it's going to happen. Now, why I'm struggling with this question is because they went through hell and back last year with all the injuries, the roster transactions, and everything else, and still were able to get it done and win 12 games.
That's why I said yes.
And I think I think my overall trust in Mike Vrabel keeping this organization together makes me have to answer the question with yes.